Good evening, everyone. How are you all? Is everybody a little bit of a giddy kipper? Just a little bit excited. We've got some fabulous brand new products for our 10-year anniversary over on Create and Craft. Now, if you are watching for the first time, welcome to our fabulous channel. This is a channel where we always try and inspire you, be creative, share the love of craft. We have a genuine, honest smile and amazing products to go with. If you would like to click the bell, that will give that half an hour notice. And if you click the like button as well, this gives us a wider reach. I have a huge giveaway. I'm going to give away the whole show to anyone who shares the show and to anybody who comments underneath this video once I've gone off air. I will announce the winner once we have done all of our birthday shows over on Create and Craft. We also have a huge giveaway in the live shows over on Create and Craft as well. So there's never been more reason to tune in and get involved in the 10-year anniversary. So the shows are over Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And if you scan the QR code, which is on the screen there, that will tell you all of the show times wherever you are in the world. And if you want to check out our TV schedule as well, then the times are also available for you on there as well. Don't miss the shows. Please don't miss the shows. I'm sure there's going to be something in the show that you've either been waiting for or are still waiting for. So I will tell you that the products that we're launching this time on our weekender, or starting on Friday, is predominantly more producty, like playing products, whereas on our second one, which we are doing, which is the 26th, is more of tools. So I know lots of you are waiting for the glass mat. Now that will be with you on the 26th. Sorry, you're going to have to wait just that little bit longer. But in this weekender show, we have some fabulous products. Now, they are exclusive to Create and Craft, which is amazing. They give the discounts as well. So make sure you wait until the price comes down or wait till the live hour if you are going to be making a purchase. I'm going to show you some great stuff. I hope you're as excited as I am. Obviously, given the circumstances surrounding what's happening today, we're just going to have a lovely event. No balloons, no cake, but we're just going to have a lovely event and still celebrate in our own little way. So let's do a little shout out very, very quickly. We'll get straight into products. So hi, Paul, Roxy Lee, Kirsty, Michaela, Sam, Catherine, Myra, Shirley. Lovely to see you all. Maureen, Sue B. So let me know where you are in the world. Over on our other pages, we have some lovely fans in from our USA page. So I will give you all a personal shout out. It's just a little bit difficult to integrate between the pages, but equally I'm saying a big hi, and I do read your messages and I always reply. So if you have come live now, share the show. This is also going to be played onto our fabulous Create and Craft playlist as well. So don't be scared of missing out. You'll see it in various places and you're going to be able to see all of the lovely products. So exciting. So let's talk about a few things. So we do have some brand new QUATTRO D in show, which is amazing. You all loved our last QUATTRO D. Now, I will tell you, there isn't going to be lots and lots of QUATTRO D. There's a couple of items that we can only do as a little bit of a treat. And I think QUATTRO D is going to be one of those. It takes too long for us to design and create. So when we do get them, they are extra special. Now, we do have back in stock the ones that sold out on Create and Craft over 3 weeks ago, the Peony and the Magnolia. And I do believe that Create and Craft have put a small bundle together of those two items, including the two new ones. So if you love QUATTRO D and missed out on the first time, you're going to be able to get all four in the show. There's just a small collection being put together for those people that maybe want to invest in them all and still get some extra savings. But equally, everything is always available as an individual for everybody's budget as well. Check out the savings. If they work for you, you can buy them. Make sure you're a club member over on Create and Craft also, because you get those extra discounts as well. So let me have a look. Getting all excited, are you? Right, so the two that are back in stock are these two. I'm just going to quickly show you. And these are back in the show as a pair and as individuals. But like I say, they will be in a foursome as well. So if you did miss out on these, probably that's the time to invest, okay? I don't want to sound too excited, but I know a lot of you have been waiting for birthday. So we have huge amounts of stock for Create and Craft as well, for investing in us. So that's probably the best place to go. As always, though, you can check, they are exclusive to Create and Craft, but you can check them out on our website after the exclusivity has finished. So let's have a look at the first QUATTRO D, okay? And it's this fabulous, fabulous sunflower. Now, again, like no other, if you do not know what our QUATTRO D is, this is a very, very exciting, innovative product. I can't tell you how cool this concept actually is. Nobody's doing it. As far as I'm aware, it's coming through slowly in segments, but I think this is really, really unique, and I think you're going to get so much fun from it. So this is really going to give you that shop bought finish. You know, where you used to look at cards in shops and you just think, well, I can do that bit, I can do that bit, I can do that bit, but I can't do that bit. I don't think there's anything in store now that we as handmade card makers cannot make with QUATTRO D. So it's absolutely amazing. So you get your 3D embossing folder. You're going to get your layering stencils as well. You're going to get the stamp, which is obviously a game changer, because now we not only stamp in black ink, we can stamp in gold foils. We've all seen us use our fabulous wows. We can use our embossing powders. So the whole range has just gone, because we can now do everything with QUATTRO D, and then we get the fabulous outline die, so we can decoupage if we want to. So this is the first one, and this is the sunflower. Now, I have done this as a hydrangea in bright pinks and bright purples with our brand new ink pads as well. It looks stunning, and I'll show you the boards on TV. So that's one first item. Do you like that? Sunflower, she loves it, yeah. I would probably guess, like lots of you, like to collect the things that are sort of like really unique to Stamps by Me. We are a unique company. We create unique products, and I know a lot of you like to buy them. So we have lamination, QUATTRO D, our wow powders, sort of like, now you're all telling me that you're collecting them. So I know a lot of you collect these elements, but what I do want to say is there won't be lots of them, because now we have another little sister to our little group, which is our HD3D. And I know you're all going to be blown away with that. So it's another little collector. So I will try and spread them out so they're not all on at once for you. And then be able, if you do want to collect them, you can absolutely do so. But only buy them if you're going to use them. Right, and then the second one is Spring Blooms. Now this is big, 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 big. And this one is exactly the same concept. So you get your 3D embossing folder, your stencils, again, the stamp, and then the beautiful, beautiful outline die. On the back as well, as always, you get that lovely QR code, get all of the inspiration. We've been doing lots of videos for you, which are going to be available on Create and Craft as well. And here is the sort of build up here. Now, you all know as soon as you add it to that 3D embossing folder, that is where the wow happens. Building that stamp, and it's just like, is that real? You have to scratch it. It's so cool. So if you did miss any of our QUATTRO D shows a couple of weeks ago, I think it's about 2.5 weeks ago, I do encourage you to go back and watch them. They're available on our website, and they're available over on Create and Crafts YouTube as well. So check those out. So those are the two brand new QUATTRO D. Like I say, we don't do a range of 5 because it would be totally out of everybody's reach. So I try and bring you them in affordable bundles, and then Create and Craft give you those extra discounts, which absolutely helps the pocket at the moment. Let's have a look. What is she bringing out? I know, I'm sorry. So bear in mind, as I've said though, Create and Craft have put this small bundle together for you. So if you did miss out on the first 2, you can absolutely get all 4 if you want to. Okay, so there we go. Let's move those out there. So that's product number 1. As soon as I show you the demo on them, they're going to fly. I just know it, because I got them and I used the sunflower immediately, and I'm like, oh, I just need to use this blooms. And I did the blooms one and thought, oh my gosh, which one do I like best? That's going to be down to you to decide, isn't it? Don't forget to share the show. I'm giving the whole show away. You've got to comment underneath this video and share if possible, and I'll give the whole show away after we've done our weekend's worth of shows on there. Oh, just a quick one as well. On Sunday, Helen Kirkham's going to be picking up the last 2 shows as well. So make sure you scan that QR code for our TV show times, and you check out the TV schedule as well. Make a note of the times, because I would hate for any of you to miss out. And I know as soon as I demo them, you're all going to go crazy. So make a list of what you want, because I know a lot of you have been waiting a long time. Oh, so sorry. I hate it when you tell me you're going to be on beans and toast, because it's just like, oh. Right, let's have a look at the next item. Now, I haven't got all of the items to show you because I would be here literally all night. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time on some of the things that I think are really important that I may not get the chance to explain to you whilst we're live on Create and Craft, because I know it's going to be so fast paced. So I'm going to take a couple of minutes to explain them a little bit better here in studio this evening. But there are other products in the show, so you do really need to check in and watch the shows because I'm not showing you everything this evening, okay? So let's just have a look at something else. So very quickly, we have a new range of Wow. Now, these ones have been created to go with the sunflower and the beautiful blooms. And I've done a little swatch here for you. Now, I will say to you that for those of you that are collecting the Wows by Tony Darroch, of course, this is going to be the last for a while. We've sort of like, I think we've exhausted it a little bit. We've brought you a few colours of late, and I really want you to use the colours that you've purchased from us just recently. I think if you get a big basket full, you're going to look at them and you're going to be like, oh, I don't know where to start. So the 12 that you have actually got, I'm going to give you a chance to use them, and I'm going to use them in studio as well. So let me just very quickly show you. So we have Worthy. In fact, let's hold it up. That would be easier. So at the base here, we have Worthy, and this is sort of like a black speckle. I don't know if you can see that at the bottom there. It's really, really pretty. It's really, really fine as well. And it's got sort of a white undertone with the black sitting proud on top. There we go. So this one is Worthy. Thank you. And then the next one is Over It. Sorry, I'll just pop this down a second. The next one is Over It. Oops, excuse me. This collection is called You Got This. Very appropriate, hey? Because not that I'm nervous in any way, because it's like 10 years on TV, but my gosh, where did that go? I didn't age it all, did I? So this one is Over It. This is the centre one. Hopefully that, there we go. Absolutely beautiful. And then this is the pot. So it's got like a white undertone with a silver. And again, once the colours have gone, I don't really replenish. I did replenish the first one, and I think I replenished the Christmas one. But I'm trying not to replenish because I really would like to move on to other colours. We'll see how it goes. And then this one is stunning, and this one is Braveheart. I'm hoping it's picking up all of that beautiful colour in there as well. Absolutely gorgeous. So these are really, really fine. So this is the last one for a while. So you're going to have to use, I'm not bringing out any more for a little while. So you're going to have to use them. Make the most of them. So that's that one. Next one is two new stacks of glitter. Now, I have boards for these. I'm going to save them for when we're live on Create and Craft and talk you through the colours and things like that. But these stackable pots of glitter have absolutely gone down a storm. You like them. Now, the stackables, obviously they have a twist lid on there. If you do struggle to get the lid off, maybe get a towel or something just to give it that extra tweak or twist, or get a helping hand if you have trouble unstacking one of those. Karen said to me today she struggles with her hands a little bit and she struggled to get the lids off one. She said, will you let the customers know? So I'm just letting you know that, you know, one of the lids might... I've checked mine were fine. But if you do have a little bit of difficulty, to pop a towel around or something that's not going to have your hand sliding around, twist it and it should come undone perfectly fine. So this one is Fair as Gold, and this one is Party Time. And this one goes from red right down to a lovely black, and this one's got rose gold, a silver and a coppery gold in it. Absolutely beautiful. Now, I love our Twinkle collection. They're so texturized, beautiful for reflections, beautiful for skies, and they're going to be amazing on the lamination gowns, you know, sparkly gowns. So it's those two as well. I'm not spending too much time on there. Right, let's talk about ink. Now, this is very, very special. So we have our own range of ink pads and re-inkers. Now, just a little bit of a backstory so it doesn't look like I'm just selling you an ink pad. There are reasons. So we did Generation Inks, if you remember. Probably lots of you have got them. I've still got mine. That's nearly 10 years ago. Can you imagine? 10 years ago. And they were amazing. You got so many sort of like generation stamps out of them, hence them called generation. But unfortunately, our manufacturer went out of business and it just sort of like stopped dead in the water. And I felt like at the time I was going to do some research and find another supplier, and I just never got round to it. So 2 years ago, I started the journey again to pick up that ink. I felt like we really needed it for our laminations collection. And I was hunting and hunting and hunting, and I just couldn't really find what I really wanted. And, you know, I want bold colours. I want impactive colours. I want colours that are going to be able to give us that reactive, you know, when we do our, because a lot of the techniques we incorporate in the inks, it's very important to me that they work for my inks as well. But I think I've stepped it up a little bit. I'm going to put my neck on the line here and say that the colours in this collection are so vibrant. And you had a little bit of a sneak peek when we did our lamination stamps. Now, these are totally exclusive to Create and Craft, you know, so I'm going to explain why they're different. And then if you feel like you've got some ink pads in your stash that work, that's amazing. I always encourage to use what you've got in your stash. However, if I show you these and you're thinking, do you know what, she's right, I don't have this or I don't have that, and maybe you would want to maybe get 1 or 2 colours, try them and see how you get on. I've given them to my design team and they have all been blown away. Now, you know Emma, Thirsty Brush, she loves colour. She messaged me, she's like, I've never seen inks like this before. Never. I'm like, aren't they good? She's like, just a bit. So let me show you. Let me show you. So we have a whole bunch of colours. Now, for the first launch, I've gone pretty generic colours, which can be mixed and made into other colours. However, the second collection is already on its way. And again, I will be doing lots of variations of colours. We also have some storage for our mini cubes as well, which is going to allow you to pop them into colour families if you want to pop them in shades of orange, in shades of yellow, teal, green, blue, whatever you want to build on. You're going to have longevity with these because I'm not going anywhere else. And ink pads have their place. Today I used my pigment ink pads in our 1 o'clock show, and all of these different ink pads have a place, and I'm absolutely certain there's going to be a place in your craft room for these once I show you the demonstration. So let's have a look firstly at the colours. So there's 6 in this one, and there's 6 in the next one as well. So pretty colour inside, of course, there is a pretty colour inside. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, I will tell you, there are other items on Create and Craft on Friday that I'm not going to show you right now to go with these as well, because there's just too much to fit in. So I have Magenta, Bittersweet, Hedgerow, Sherbet, Surfboard, and Indigo. Also to go with, we have your minis. Okay, so exactly the same colours. These are just your 1-inch cubes. So if you want some for your craft room, at your craft group, or vice versa, or whatever, you know, you're just doing different things, you know, like I say, they all have a place in our stash. We also have the re-inkers, game changer, okay? So you don't have to buy another ink pad. Oh, wow, wow, wow. And do you remember when I said to you about having ink pads that look like swatches, like out of the stores we see? This was what I was so dying to tell you all. I just couldn't. I wasn't allowed, and I've stopped myself from giving sneak peeks anymore. But this is what I was referring to, you know, the lovely swatches. I think they're absolutely incredible. Let me show you why they're different to other ink pads. So they're a dye-based ink, which means you can do your watercolouring, smooching, spraying with water, bleaching technique, flicking with water, lift it out. They really, really lift amazingly. Little bit of water, tissue, and the lift that you actually get. And I would probably say a little goes a long, long way. They are so juicy. And I think my design team are there talking about it now to tell you less is more with these. You need to be really light-handed with them because they are so juicy and so packed with colour. Yes, Carol, question. Tony, will the small ones fit in the tins we have in the distress inks? They absolutely will. So these are made in the USA. The best inks come out of the USA, don't they? So, so they're very, very affordable as well. I've kept the price as low as I possibly can. I bought as many as I could to get that price down for you. And then you get the Brucey bonus of having those discounts over on Create and Craft as well, live in the show. Now, I will say to you, if these sell out, which they probably will, okay, I don't know when I'll be able to get them back in. I don't want to do the scare factor, and it's not very often I say things like that, but sometimes I do get a bit fearful when people say I'm going to record the show and catch it at 5 o'clock and might not be anything left. So if you have your heart set on getting them, get them early. Don't be disappointed, get them early. But equally, if you're happy to sit back and think, do you know what, I'll watch Tony's demonstrations, if I like them, I'll get them next time. That's also fine as well. You make that decision. Okay, I can't make that decision for you, but I'm just telling you how it is. So you get the 6 colours. Let me show you one of these big ink pads. Now, all at home, very quickly, I'm not going to educate you because I haven't got all evening and I could play with these all evening. I promise you they are amazing. But what I will say to you is if you check your ink pads at home, you'll have some that are a foam and you'll have some that are more like a felt, which is a stretched sort of fabric over the top layer of your ink pad. Now, the foam ones in the past have been super, super soft, haven't they? Like you press, and it like squashes straight down. It goes all over your block and it goes everywhere bar the stamp. Well, these ones are a new technology that I've just actually recently come to market on the USA, and they're called a firm foam. So they are a little bit softer than the fabric wrap, but they're not as soft as the traditional foam, okay? And I'll show you that now. And I think that the manufacturer of these has really done well in the fact that you can get the colour spread on these far greater than the felt ones over there. I'm not saying any other ink pads in your stash are not brilliant, because I've got them all and I have them all and I still will buy them all. But these are a little bit different in the sense that you do not have to bang the ink pad onto the stamp. And it's sort of, this is different. It sticks to the stamp as well, which is going to give you great stamping effects. You can do all of the techniques that you do with all of the other ink pads. The great thing about these is they stamp beautifully with your silhouette stamps. The coverage is second to none. You'll stamp it out. It might look a little bit texturized, but as the ink dries, it's totally smooth. And I'll show you now. So let me just get my ink pad here. So let me just show you this foam, and I'm going to press it. So this is indigo. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. Can we see here? Hopefully you'll be able to see that. You can see they're not hard like your traditional wrap with the felt. They are called a firm foam new technology. Now let me show you what happens when you ink a stamp up. So they're different. And I would hate for you to buy them and expect the same as what you've already got in your stash, because they're different. But they're different, but brilliantly different. So let's just grab this stamp here. So just watch this. So when you take your ink pad to your stamp, it sort of sticks. Can you see? Watch. Can you see? It sort of sticks to the stamp. And that's because of that firm foam on there. You get a different experience. Now, if I press that really hard now, like we would do with a tradition, like this one. Let me just show you this one. So this one is me Versafine, just to show you the difference. This is what I mean. It's like a cloth wrap. Can we see here? When you press it, it's really hard. So it's different, okay? And when we use these on our stamp, this would move on my stamp. When we do it, we do this, don't we? Have we got it on? Have we got it on? Don't need to do that with these, because it's a different consistency and it grabs whatever's on there. So this is where, if you have your solid stamps, like a solid balloon, it's going to grab that stamp and give it even coverage. No tap, 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 stamp, tap, 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 stamp. So when you're stamping, you just need to tap. Let me just show you. Let me just show you. There's this, got no mat in here. Never mind, I'll go for it anyway. Let me just pop my mat on. So I'm just going to, how's best to demonstrate? Right, I'll just lightly tap. And you see, I'm just lightly tapping there. If I pressed on really hard, all that ink's going to transfer all over. So just tap, 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 tap. And let's just show you. Absolutely crisp. Now, I find in the past with my ink pads that one is brilliant for texturized backgrounds and sort of getting creative background looks, but then those dye inks don't really work well when we come to stamp. Whereas with these, with this new firm foam technology, now I didn't create this. This is just what the manufacturers created, and they're selling incredibly well. And when they sent me a sample, I was like, they are different. But I did test them in every area and I felt they're different. But my gosh, do they cover a lot of different platforms when it comes to your stamping and your creativity. Now, let me just show you another thing very quickly. I don't want to keep you here all night. And it dries quite quick as well. That lady was asking, does it dry quick? It dries quick. So your dye ones should always pretty much dry very quickly. Your pigment ink should dry slower. So your pigment inks have oil, giving you the opportunity to use your embossing powders, do the blendability, you know, blend them together because they've got an oil consistency. But with dye, they do pretty much dry imminently, a minute or two, exactly the same as any other. Right, let me just show you how bright these are. Yeah, okay, I'll just pop it on here, look. Oh, now you saw the intent. Oh, right, let's just, and because they are so good, you must ensure you stack them upright, not on their side, like this, okay? So if you have a rack for your ink pads, make sure they're stored upright, if at all possible. And then let's get this one. These are so good. And I don't want to stand here and compare to another branded ink pads because that would be totally unkind. And they all have a place. I love my Eyes inks. I love my Distress. I love them all. But they all have unique factors. And if you're missing one of those factors from what you already have in your stash, then maybe these are going to give you that missing piece that's going to connect it all and make the jigsaw complete. And they're going to be a core line for Stamps by Me. I'm never going to have, hopefully, not unless I have another supplier that unfortunately doesn't do great, but I think this one is absolutely solid. So I'm just going to show you here. We'll get some water on here. I sprayed quite a lot of water on there. My gosh, let's just get some colour on this card here. So, Teresa Milne, question, will anything stain the glass mat that you were aware of? I mean, look at that. So bright. I don't, and I said it, I know I've said it a few times, but I don't have ink pads in my stash that get this intensity. I personally don't. So you need to be really, really frugal with the ink. You really do. You need to be careful. No heavy-handed stamping. And then here we go here where we add the splats. And this is where, can we see, look at that, reactive. So they're water reactive. And they lift beautifully. So think about your rock salt when you're doing your background techniques and things like that. My gosh. I'm so excited about these for everyone because I stand here every day and I use everybody's products. I love craft and I'm just like you guys at home and I buy craft. I use other people's products as well. But, you know, this is our business, this is our family business. And when I find something that I'm incredibly proud of myself, that I've created, put together, chose the colours, and you guys love it as much as I absolutely do, it makes me very, very happy because I know we're on the same page. And you all know as well, when we sell something here in the How to Craft Network, it's Create and Craft's baby as well because it goes to Create and Craft. But equally, we sell these products because I want you to use them. You'll see me using these all the time now, as you did see me using my pigments. You know, we revisit products. I don't just sell you something and you never see me using it again. Gossip sparkle pens, watercolour pens, alcohol pens, they always show another appearance. So if you buy them, you know that you're going to get some inspiration with them as well. Can't wait to get these. Oh, so if you dry this, let's just quickly dry this. And it's the same intensity with the cubes as well. So maybe if your budget doesn't stretch to the large ones and you're wanting the little cubes, because that's all you like is your little cubes, then we've got options for you. I really didn't want to create something where you had to have all 10 large ink pads or all 15 ink pads. You know, the options are there for you. Look at this. The more I dry it, this is a reminder as well, this is on normal white cardstock. This is not watercolour card. You saw my lamination cards, the iris and the wine bottle, how intense they were. Moving on. So that is one of the products that is available over on Create and Craft. Now, I will keep an eye on when the products go live. So if any of you want to purchase before the show, you can absolutely do that. But please make sure you wait till you get the discounts. The discounts drop. Get in ahead of time if you're wanting to buy them. So the next thing I want to show you is HD3D. HD3D. Got a lot of product in this show. Now, HD3D, another explanation for you. I would never get a chance to explain this on air at Create and Craft, so thankfully you're all here. Don't forget to share though, because I'm giving the whole show away. If you haven't shared and you're joining us late, thank you so much for joining us. This is our 10-year anniversary. On TV, we're not 10 years old as a company, we're just 10 years on Create and Craft. And I remember my first show, probably most of you will remember, I couldn't stop shaking. And sometimes you still see when I'm launching something that I'm very passionate about or something that I've put my heart and soul into, I get a shake. I can't help it. My nose starts to run. There's no tissue. I blame it on the aircon. Oh my gosh. And I think this is going to be one of those shows on Friday as well, although it will be absolutely played down. But 10 years, where did that go? I know when I think about it, it's quite scary. And lamination was our baby back then. I think 8 years. It's been 2014, maybe, something like that. So thank you so much, everyone. I know. I will grow out of the shakes, I'm told, but I'm sure I won't. And I've got something very exciting to tell you about after birthday as well. Right, HD3D. So embossing folders. You just get your regular embossing folders. We have never done regular embossing folders. When I started doing embossing folders, they were always 3D. And we started doing embossing folders in 2019, which were just 3D embossing folders. Now, amazing. Lots of companies do 3D embossing folders, and you can see sort of the different scales of 3D through all of the various companies that do embossing folders. And I knew that when I did my 3D embossing folders, I could push the boundaries. I always want to do better. You know, I always want to give you something that's going to, you know, make your cards look amazing from everybody else's. So when we did our 3D, I spoke to my supplier and said, is there anything better than 3D? And he's like, no, it doesn't get better than 3D. I was like, yes, but can we do? He was like, no. I'm like, can we do? He's like, I'll have a go. So we tried a couple of tests, and up until the point where the card absolutely cracked. It cracked every piece of card. So I knew I had to scale it back a little bit. So basically 3D is a curve, and in our 3D HD, there are several of these layers, right up to possibly 9 layers, which nobody else is doing. Nobody else. Absolutely guaranteed. I'm so proud of this little baby. People might start doing it. They might test it and try it and do it. We'll see. But I am so excited to be able to share something that is amazing. And I have boards to show you on TV, to show you 3D. And then when I bring in the HD, just an example, you know, when you have a TV at home and you've been watching it and it's been absolutely fine and you're used to it and, you know, it's been amazing. And then somebody says to you, here, have a look at this HD TV. And they stick the HD TV right next to it. And you look at them and you think, my TV were absolutely fine until you stuck that other side. Look at the clarity in that picture. Look at the dimension in that picture. That is what's going to happen with HD3D. The dimension, the clarity, the depth, second to none. And you will not get any cracks in your card either. So let's show you. So our HD3Ds have the logo in the top here to indicate the difference. And I've said to you, there will not be lots of HD3D, because let me tell you, my tests have proved to me that it doesn't happen. I can't do it with them all. So what I've been doing, all of the embossing folders that have been coming through, I have been checking first to see if they work on HD3D. Some have, some haven't. If not, can we just have it as 3D? 3D is absolutely amazing as well. As we all know, I love 3D. And 3D is what you get in QUATTRO, which is brilliant. Okay, so I'm not saying 3D isn't amazing anymore, because it absolutely is, because they are amazing. But HD3D, stepping it up a gear. Okay, so let's just show you. So we have 2 in this one. I have Pop It Garden and Wild Bouquet. Now I have a lot of these, but I've broken them down to 2s. Because again, if I put a bundle of 6 together, it's a £50 bundle, and who's got £50 to spend on embossing folders? So we've broken them right down for you, okay? So let me just show you. In fact, I have one run through. So these are in a bundle as well, again, and we have some on the 26th as well. So let me just grab this white one. So I've done a few through. Let's show you the white one. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Hopefully we'll be able to get that. Can we get in a little bit closer? Can we see there? Can we see all? Stop, stop, stop. Perfect. Look at that. So you can see all of the layers in the background, all of the layers in every leaf and in the centres of those poppies. Absolutely beautiful. I am so proud. It doesn't get any better than that, ladies and gents. I promise you it does not. It does not. Probably a lot of companies now are going to be trying to figure it out, and it's fine if they absolutely do. But, you know, pushing boundaries, that's what Stamps by Me do best. So let's just show you the black one. And then let's get some ink on this black one and really show you the dimension. Really difficult to show them. So can we see it there on that black one if I move that out of the way? I think you can see it. I'm going to get some ink on it to show you, because they are absolutely gorgeous. And when you put 2 side by side, you're going to be like, well done, Tony. You can all thank me later. Oh, the test, honestly. Tim's like, no, it's going to crack. It's going to crack. It won't work. I'm like, right, let's scale it back a bit. Let's scale it back. My manufacturer has been pulling his hair out. Pulling his hair out. He's like, how far do you want to go? I'm like, well, listen, if I could build an absolute 3D sort of image on here that's like this high, I would, let me tell you. I just love 3D. So just get a white ink pad here. I'm just going to rub it over just very lightly, and let's just show you how gorgeous this is. So I love this technique. We do it all the time. Look at that. I'll hold it back up in a second. Let's just get this colour on. So I'll show you some comparisons whilst I'm live on Friday, obviously only with my own embossing folders, just so you can get an idea of exactly what I've tried to achieve here. Now I'm just getting that white on there, push on a little bit harder, get some colour in there, because I really want you to see the dimension and depth in there. You have to be light-handed actually, but you know. There we go. So you can see. And you see, oh, look at that. Absolutely, I can't believe it. Yep, I created that. Yep. So here's one I've cut down. That's the one I just did. I'll show you side by side, but this one I took a little bit more time with and cut down so it's ready to be mounted. But look at these. This is the one I just quickly did, and this is the one that I spent a bit of time on. Can you see the dimension in this poppy centre here? That feels like you can grab it. I could literally grab that. There's 4 layers just in the centre of that. Oh, do you like them? Oh, gosh. I've gone all hot and fuzzy. Honestly, I'm so pleased. Oh, I've been busting a gut to show you these and create and craft. Think about sticky ink pads, gold embossing, gilding flakes, pencils, watercolours. And the list goes on and on and on. Aren't you going to look clever using these, Linda? You absolutely are, sweetheart. So those are just a handful of the products that are going to be in the show. I hope you like them as much as I do. There are others as well. I just can't go through them all this evening. But we have other things to complement your ink pads, coordinating, and some other bits and pieces. Like I said to you, the show is a lot of product, but they're tiny, tiny sort of pockets of product. Because if I'd have brought you 10 embossing folders, 16 ink pads, 4 QUATTRO D, it's too overwhelming. We've all got pennies to watch. So hopefully you'll be able to pick the things that you like with confidence, buy them knowing, one, you're going to be inspired, and two, you're going to get longevity with your products here with us at Stamps by Me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do not forget to share the show, and I will do a full show giveaway for anyone underneath who pops a comment underneath, and I will announce it after the show. The show times are available on screen. Scan that QR code and all of the times will be there. Don't forget, Helen is with you on Sunday if there is anything left. We do have a backup show just in case, and we do have some fabulous happy hour deals as well, should you want to get involved in those, just in case the stock goes before I get there. So whatever you're doing, have a lovely evening, and I'll see you all on Friday at 8 p.m. in the evening for a fantastic inspirational show. Whatever you're all doing, take care. Let me know in the comments below what you think about our new products. That would help. Thank you. See you later. Bye.